The mind's power to heal itself depends greatly upon what you think and believe about yourself, and more importantly, what you know. It is primal instinct as children for us to learn our bodies by touching and feeling ourselves. From the moment that we were conceived, we've always depended upon our mother's body to give us nourishment. And the moment we break free from the womb, we are perverted and taught that we should go to everything on the outside. Even breastfeeding has been frowned upon in our society today. But society thrives off of information being sold, whether it's true or false. Society in a capitalistic country primarily, it depends on you not knowing who you are. And the more that you can invest in who you are not, the more that you feed the industries and organizations that make money off of you being sick. So my channel is to serve as a source of information that you can go to help you understand the language of your body, what different things mean that may not be so readily available by sight, to give you understanding. And so I try to dive a little bit deeper and go into the spiritual existence and cause of our outward manifestation or effects. And these are often described in the Hermetic principles, these different laws. The more you understand the laws of the universe, the more you can relate and understand the laws and principles that guide the inside of you. So with that being said, I wanted to do this on skincare today and helping you understand more about your skin and the different things that make it up and the purposes that it serves. So a lot of this information is coming from what I experienced through my training and my certification, but as I did different experiments on myself. So I'm not just pulling a lot of this out of the air. It has been tried and tested, and I would never share anything with you that I have not tried on myself first. And some things are going to sound very foreign to you through the course of this video, but I just ask that you look into it, you bear with me, you do your research, and you ask more questions, because you cannot go on a quest without the questions to take you there. And that's what starts our life off, having the healthy curiosity of knowing about ourselves. As a child, I remember being 5 years old, and I started touching myself, and I was told that it was wrong and it was nasty and I had to wash my hands. But as I look back now, I realize that it is primal instinct for us to want to know more about our bodies and to touch ourselves to try to figure that out. From the moment that you are conceived and inside of your mother's womb, you start taking on different nutrition that is given to you to be fed and to help you grow through her body. But we see that as necessary and the only way that you can make it to the outside world. Otherwise, where else will your nutrition and your food come from? And at the moment of 4 months, between 4 and 5 months, we begin to provide ourselves with that nutrition, because our kidneys at that point have become developed enough for us to give ourselves the nutrients through our urine. Yes, amniotic fluid and urine is the same thing, as well as blood plasma. And this is the clear substance or the yellowish substance that it courses through our veins. This is the substance that scientists can take a sample of and tell you exactly what you've been eating. They can also tell you what type of medications that you're on, what your blood pressure is like. There's so much information that can be sourced from your urine, from your hair, from your skin, from everything on your body and in your body. And what they don't tell you is why and how. And so hopefully I can show you that today. Your skin is the largest organ on your body and inside of your body. It makes up everything from your fingernails to the outside exterior of your body that allows, which is really the interface between you and the outside world. And your skin calls more shots than you could possibly imagine. A lot of these different body functions operate without us having to even think about them. How are you staying alive if you're not having to think about your heartbeat or breathing? The consciousness has been completely removed from these functions. And to get that back, you have to understand what thinking about yourself actually means, what caring and loving yourself actually means. Only then can you begin to take control back and start healing your body from the damage that you've done mentally. Not saying that you've done it purposely, but the programs have contributed to a lot of the damage that we've done to ourselves and has caused us to be very unhealthy. And I remember distinctly one of Dick Gregory's last comedy stand-ups he did in Atlanta. I went to with one of my girlfriends, and one of the most important takeaways from that comedy special was the part that he gave to us about our fingernails, and how us women go run to the beauty shop and we get our nails painted and we get our toes painted, and we don't think a second thought about it. We don't look at the fact that a lot of the women that work in those shops have very thin hair. We don't look at the fact that they have to put on masks in order to stay in that environment for long periods of time. And this is a very toxic substance that we are putting on our fingernails and our toenails out of the sake of feeling beautiful, when our inadequacy is self-created. So I asked my girlfriend, like a few years later after that special, if she still wore fingernail polish, and she didn't understand why I was asking that, because I have not worn fingernail polish or toenail polish since that special, and that's been years ago now. And may he rest in peace. But information is received according to our frequency and ability to receive it. She didn't even remember the part that he said when he was telling us about how toxic fingernail polish is, how it's one of the most toxic things that we can put on our bodies. Once I did my certification in holistic nutrition and I did the part on skincare, I realized exactly what he meant. And that part has always stood out to me. But it's true, because your fingernails are porous and they're designed to breathe, as well as our skin. Anything you put on top of your fingernails is going to seep into your skin and into your bloodstream. So that means that toxins from whatever type of fake fingernails that you get put on top of your nails, and even the toxins from the fingernail polish, will go inside of your bloodstream and be considered a toxin and can have damaging effects to your body. So that's one reason why I do not wear fingernail polish. You don't see me wearing any makeup, if I wear any at all, on these channels, because I understand the damage that makeup can actually do long term to your skin. And I also understand the programming that we have as women, that we need to put something on ourselves to look better and to feel better. So when you reverse that programming, and again, this means reversing the that we have been raised to believe about ourselves and what we are. When you reverse that, you no longer see a benefit or a need to have these external factors put on you or in you. So with that being said, I wanted to kind of give you an understanding about what skin really is. Skin is the interface, again, between the inside and outside world. Before it can come into the body, it has to go through your skin. It is highly perceptive, and highly receptive. And also, it works with the body as a whole. All of your have some sort of skin or
Organs.
tissue around them that speak to each other. And this is something that we don't realize, that all of our body is speaking to one another all the time. So when you have these thoughts about yourself, it sends like a this vibration throughout your whole organism that tells your organism how to function. And if you feel like that you are nasty and unclean, and that you're not worthy, and that you should not touch yourself, you should use a rag, you should use something that comes between your touch and your skin, then your body is going to shut down, because the most important thing that you can give it is love and attention from yourself and not from someone else. With that being said, I want to help you understand that skin has pores in it, and it has the ability to breathe. It has the ability to pass oxygen and carbon dioxide through your pores. So, for you to put something on your skin, it shuts off its ability to perspire. And we all know that in Latin, breath means spirit. So you can hinder your spiritual growth, and you can hinder the ability for your spirit to recognize and be in touch with itself and your body and your mind by some of the things that you are doing to your skin. This is very important. I know that we started talking about urine, and we'll go back to that later. As a matter of fact, that might have to be a separate video. But I want you to understand that the urine, or the I know many of you are getting grossed out just by that, but you need to be very clear that nothing about yourself is nasty or disgusting. We are the only species that believe that we have to use outside products to get clean, and that's because of our perverted mindset, our thinking, the programming. But it is primal instinct to know what your body creates and understand what it is. Urine has been used to heal many people throughout the ages, and there is urine therapy that has been practiced by our ancestors. But the reason I bring urine up is because many people have been able to heal a lot of skin issues through using their own urine, and heal also inside issues that they have through using urine, because urine is not what you have been taught it is. It is one of the most sterile fluids on the planet, and that's because your kidneys are just like and your liver are just like the recycling process of water when it goes through the clouds and it goes through the evaporation process. um, your liver is designed to purify things that go into your body, from alcohol to food to whatever substance that you're poisoning yourself with unknowingly. And that's why you have a liver. And your kidney is used for balancing the liquids in your body. So everything, the goal of what you eat is to be used for energy. And your body has to first liquefy food, that is, turn it into its divine source, which is water, one of the four elements, before it can use that food as energy. Okay, energy has to flow. It is your currency, it is a current. And so, understanding this, you can better understand what water really is, which is very important for you to know, because water is not just something you drink, it is also a source of nourishment. It is your teacher, it is your guide, it is something you should strive to try to be more like. There's not enough that I can say right now in this short time about water, but we will cover how you can put messages in water, and being that you're mostly made up of water, we will also go over how to put messages inside of yourself through your thoughts. And this is why meditation is so important. But back to understanding how clean urine is versus how dirty you're told it is. This is what you fed yourself off of in your mother's womb. It also has urea in it, which is put into these artificial lotions and moisturizers, because urea is what give babies their youthful appearance and their skin being so soft and supple, and is what allows you to age more gracefully. Understanding that your body's content and the liquid in it is the fountain of youth. And this is why you see many babies, or kids rather, on these statues urinating into the water, because the fountain of youth is found within. It is not something that you can get from the outside. And the more you understand that everything you need is inside, the more you can go back to your sun gazing and receiving information through natural foods. A lot of people have found out that when they get snake bites or any type of mosquito bites, or even gangrene sets in, or that urine has been able to remove the poison from their bodies, because it is like your own medicine cabinet. It Because water is so intelligent, and because water holds so much information, when it's inside of your body, it is living. It is actually living water, and it is super intelligent, and it has a memory that is unparalleled to anything that we can even think of. Which is why I believe water holds the Akashic records. But when water is inside of your body, it takes a reading of everything that is inside of your body that is wrong. And even the magnetic force of water is to attract impurities from your body and remove it through your sweat glands, which takes us back to skin. Now, because we think that we're so nasty and we're so dirty, we have been taught that we have to use soap in order to clean ourselves, which is an outside, very toxic product. And if you've ever used soap in the tub or in the shower, you'll notice that there's a ring that forms around the tub. Not all of that is dirt from your body, but it is called dirt. It is called soap scum. That means that even without you washing yourself with the soap, it can form this ring around the tub, or it can form hard. It becomes hard because of the chemicals in it, and it can stick to the surface of your shower, your walls, and it has to be scrubbed off. So imagine when you put this substance on your body and call yourself cleaning yourself. Now, this is to not make fun of you, but to help you understand how irrational it is. And this is something that I had to free myself from as well. So I'm right there with you. But I have been soap free for over a year, almost probably 2 years now. And I cannot begin to tell you the wonders it has done for my skin. So when you use soap on your skin, you're actually taking away a substance that your body makes naturally. It's a natural oil called sebum. Sebum protects your skin and helps keep pathogens from entering your body through your pores. It's actually a naturally oily substance that keeps your skin moisturized. But when you take soap and you scrub this off your bodies, not even with your hands, but you're using a foreign substance, a face towel or wash rag, to remove this off of your body, then you tend to look at that as that you're cleaning yourself. But in fact, you're ruining and damaging your skin. And whenever you wash the moisture, the natural moisture, off of your skin, then it leaves you feeling dry, and it leaves you feeling like very exposed. So what do? We take another unnatural substance that's laced with different toxins called lotions, and we put this on our skin. And if you don't believe me, look at the bottle of lotion that you have and look at the ingredients and tell me if anything natural is there on the back other than urea, which you'll probably find that they use either they use synthetic urea from animal sources, or they create it on their own to put into lotion to give it a moisturizing effect, when in fact it is something that comes from your own body. Sebum has its own form of urea because that comes from the blood plasma, and it is to protect your skin, and it's to help you keep the moisture in your skin so that you can age slower. But this process that we take ourselves through of removing the sebum and then replacing it with artificial moisturizer is what helps to age our skin. Now, I will be 39 years old this year, November of 2020, and although that's not old, I find that my skin does not age the same as most people my age, and that is because I have removed soap products from my life and I don't use artificial moisturizers anymore. I do, however, if I feel that I need something on my skin to give it extra moisture, then I will use olive oil, extra virgin cold pressed olive oil, or I will use cold pressed coconut oil. But my rule of thumb is if it cannot be eaten, then it should not be put on your skin. And a lot of this information is new, and it is going to be very shocking, and it is going to also rock the foundation for many of you because you have been taught that cleanliness is next to godliness, but you have not been taught what cleanliness is. Our bodies have the ability to clean themselves out, especially when you are eating a plant-based diet, which Dr. Laila Africa will tell you that plants have a chlorophyll in them, which when you eat it, it naturally cleanses you out. So this cleansing process, it's part of you understanding how water is sufficient enough to cleanse you from the inside out as well as from the outside in. So when you put water on your skin, if it's good enough to cleanse the other animals and other beasts on the planet, then it's good enough to cleanse you. We're the only ones who despise the way we smell. And that is because we are not eating a diet that is natural to our bodies. When you eat a diet that is unnatural to you, then the food does have to rot inside of you, and it will come through the pores of your skin, and it will make you feel like you smell bad, because you do. And so when you begin to eat right, then you don't have such an offensive smell to others and even to yourself. And so that's why you don't need a lot of these different soaps and lotions to cleanse yourself when you eat a proper diet. But if you look at the back of one of your deodorants, there's a warning label. And if you pull back that warning label, you'll see that if you have any type of kidney issues, then you are asked to keep away from using the deodorant. Why do you think that is? When you put on deodorant, it does go through your pores, the pores of your skin. And up under your arms is one of your main channels of elimination. Your skin is one of the largest functioning organs of elimination, which means that you eliminate a lot of toxins through your skin and through your lungs. If your pores are blocked off, where are these toxins going to go? They're going to stay inside of your body and get caught up in your lymph nodes, or they're going to get caught up in other organs and start having them malfunction, like your eyes, which operate like a camera lens. If you have toxins built up inside the blood vessels of your eyes, then they're not going to be able to focus in and out properly, which causes straining, and which is why we have to go get glasses. So everything is connected, you guys. Even having a bad liver means that you're going to have eye problems. And the Chinese understood this when they studied for 12 and 15 years the whole body. They were not allowed to be called physicians and operate on people unless they had an understanding of how the body worked and functioned as a whole. There was no such thing as a specialist or somebody who operated only on your eyes or only on this part of your body or that part of your body. Why? Because everything affects everything. And so with this video, I'm not going to be able to go into it as deeply as I would like, on the specifics, but just as a general understanding about your skin and knowing how it works and functions, you will be okay with just washing yourself with water, not using a foreign substance, because you have fingerprints that serve as more than just a source of identification of who you are. Your fingerprints also have ridges, and you can wash your skin and your body with these ridges. You can touch your face, you can touch your private parts, you can touch everything with your hands. It's not disgusting to touch yourself. And this again is something that we have been taught throughout growing up in what we call a civilized society, that touching ourselves is wrong. It is not wrong, it's actually natural, and you'll find it is the case with many other species that they take care of themselves by touching their skin and touching their loved ones. Monkeys pick things out of each other's hair. That's something that's natural for us to do. Now, rising into your higher nature does require that you go outside of your natural instinct. But that is your natural instinct to judge. That is your natural instinct to feel worthless and to feel less than, and to go to things on the outside of you before you go within. So don't get those things confused with each other, because there's still a part of nature that you need to maintain in order to stay healthy, and that's a natural understanding about who and what you are and what your body's function is. But that's where the disconnect is. We don't know how our bodies function. We don't know the language of our bodies, and we don't know what sickness and illness means. We don't know that by looking at our fingernails and looking at the state of our nails and eyes and our teeth and our skin, that is actually showing us the state of our health. And so a lot of people are wondering how they can find more information about this out. And I cannot put everything into a YouTube video, but I do offer bi-weekly classes that you can sign up on my site, www.nourishment101.com. Those classes, I do give live question and answer sessions where you can ask me things about the content of the day. And so I do try to leave enough time to get those questions in. But this will conclude today's lesson on skin. I will go into further detail later on, but thank you for watching, and I appreciate your support as always. Love and peace.